His significant number was 0-2, trying to avoid an 0-3 start. It's a 6-0 game, second quarter, and Mahomes, Travis Kelce, a little bit slow to get going on offense, and then Harrison Butker, who hit a couple of lengthy field goals, misses this one, and then Big Red and Travis are whooping a little bit at one another. 6-0, late second quarter. Beautiful play here as Wilson dumps it off to Cam Skattebo. Giants trying to capitalize. Graham Gano injured before the game. And so as Skattebo dives in to make it 6-6, with no Gano, it's Jamie Gillen on to kick it, and the operation was decent, but the kick is low enough that it is blocked, and Kansas City gets a PI and a field goal right before halftime to make it 9-6. And then this offense, which did not look smooth, it did not look like anything like we're used to seeing, came out to start the second half, and this reminds us of the Chiefs. First, it's 15-87. We've seen it a million times. And then it's Tyquan Thornton on a beautiful 3rd and 3. So instead of settling for a field goal, they get the touchdown, push the lead to 10. It's 3rd and 6 with a 7-point lead after Gano had come on to kick a field goal. And that's a play where actually Mahomes gets hit. And Thornton, I don't believe is the intended receiver, but he makes a wonderful grab. And then looking deep after Thornton had what appeared to be a touchdown, but the ball was moving as it hit the ground. This is an even more difficult catch. Thornton, tremendous diving, twirling grab, and then Kareem Hunt from the 1 hit at the 1, but he was able to plow into the end zone. And it's 22-9. And then this sequence late, I'm buddies with a lot of Giant fans, and let me just tell you that this sequence, one of them called the worst goal-to-go situation I've ever seen in my life. That's the 3rd down throw. It's 4th and goal. You're a veteran quarterback. It's a 3-man rush. You've got it. It hits the upright. Like,
what are we doing?
I don't know, man. Yeah, those looks right there are a faraway stare. New York football fans, man, you guys have had it rough for a while. Tim Hasselbeck is here. Hi, buddy.
What's up?
How are you?
Oh.
You got a touch screen that I think maybe the best way to set it up is to say that this is a Chiefs team that we saw at the peak of their powers obliterate people. It was a video game come to life. They've been stuck in the mud a little bit, right? Offensively, kind of limited. They don't have their full complement of players, as we discussed, and we will continue to discuss. Noteworthy, Rice is suspended. But what do they still have?
Still have Andy Reid. They still have what I think is probably the best play caller kind of this generation. And I say it because, like, when they are stuck in the mud, it's just like little things can help you win games. You just look at the start of the second half.
Okay, it's 9-6.
Abdul Carter is playing as a stacked linebacker. If we just run this slow-mo, he's a problem. Watch what he does to Creed Humphrey here on a run play. Quick swim move, tackle for a loss. So Andy Reid's like, okay, a little bit later in that drive, you're gonna stack Abdul Carter up there. His thing is to rush the passer. His thing isn't necessarily to be a stacked linebacker. They're gonna give the ball in this jet sweep. You're gonna end up having 2 blockers out here. But keep your eyes on Abdul Carter. What happens here? Look, he's following Pacheco in the backfield, completely out of the play. So they end up getting the first down. Nice little run. Later in that same exact drive, say, all right, you want to keep him as a stacked linebacker because here he is, stacked right here. That's fine. We're actually going to end up running at him, but because of the misdirection, we're going to take him out of the play. So it's going to end up being a wind back run. You fake the jet motion to the top. So that goes up there. You're going to have Pacheco start this way and wind it back. Watch what happens to Abdul Carter right here. He's going to overrun the play, and because he overruns the play, now Pacheco's on the perimeter and running, and then obviously they score on that drive. It's little subtle things like that. Like we talked about Andy Reid being a play designing genius and all that stuff in the passing game. They're really good in the run game as well. And so in a game that's tightly contested, you just need a couple first downs. You need something to get you going because the passing game isn't working. Like, that's how you find ways to win.
And as you look at their schedule, they've got Baltimore there at their place next week. Then it's a Monday night game in Jacksonville. Then it's Detroit. You started 0-2. You just can't put yourself so far behind early, especially with the Chargers, who we'll get to later. They're figuring out ways to win games, close games, which hasn't always been their calling card. But Kansas City still has enough institutional sort of excellence to absorb some of these losses, and you've got to win this game somehow, and even if it's not pretty, who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly, and you have a great head coach, you have a great quarterback, you've got maybe the best defense coordinator in the game, and so you have a chance, and then hopefully you get some receivers back.
Wilson looks like, how does this frame Dallas's pass defense? My God.
I mean, especially with what happened today.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that as well. Sit tight. Highlights of maybe more compelling action, I guess we could say. What a game in the length. Unbeaten Eagles, unbeaten Rams. No snow like the last time they played in the playoffs. And oh, what do we have here? It's a tush push, and everyone on Twitter, I still call it Twitter. Yeah, that's a little early there on the guard, huh, Tim?
A
little early.
Kind of like last week.
No flag. No flag. Apparently, you could just keep doing whatever. Can't stop it. Can't officiate it. Another tush push. Touchdown. And unfortunately for Philly, Lane Johnson, a stinger, left the game. It's 7-3 late first. Clean pocket and the old gray beard. Little shove there from the vet, Devontae Adams. Create a little space. Touchdown, Rams 10-7. Ensuing Eagles possession, and look out! Jalen McCullough. Here's how things sound in Philly at the break. Rowy bad. I never change, Philadelphia. Love the passion. But you know your guys are going to fight for 60. 19-7 early in the second half. And again, it's Hurts who sacked. Jared Verse, who's an absolute menace, forces the fumble. Rams pounce on it. First play from scrimmage. Beautiful play design. And it's Kyren Williams out in space. Up 3 scores are the Rams. Verse. They are feeling it, but Philadelphia will hang in. And looking deep, what a throw. That's A.J. Brown, who's just getting warmed up. Very next play. Dallas Goedert missed last week. This might have been his only target of the day. I could be wrong, but it's an impactful one here as Goddard's got the touchdown. All right, 26-14, 2-score game. Next Philly possession. Under 3 to go in the third. Hurts, Brown, like Devontae. Create a little space. They rarely call OPI. That's his first touchdown of the season. Hurts talking with the defense on the sideline. All right, I'm doing my part. You do yours. Stafford, Puka Nacua. That's a big-time catch. Absorbs contact, gets the first down, but they stall. This was really the